on the gridiron or courtside, you know what time it is. It's
Sports plus life. Sports plus life.
ringside or front court or field pass, we ballin', no. Knuckle up or buckle up, I tell it like it is when I'm on my show. Home run, slam dunk, knockout, or got some dough.
Sports plus life.
Yeah.
Sports plus life.
Ah.
Yo, 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 yo. What's up? What's really good? It's your boy Brandon Brevon Towns, host of that show called Sports Plus Life. You heard? You know, I'm a little amped up today, but you know what's going down today, bruh. So guess what? Guess what? Turn it off, turn it off, turn it all the way off. Now cut, copy. Not paste yet. No paste yet. But anyway, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Brandon Brevon Towns, and this here is Sports Plus Life, that there sports podcast where we talk about all of the necessary topics in sports and all of the necessary topics in life. And I'm going to tell you, man, it is now September. Over the past month, it definitely was a couple of soul hurting gut punches that, you know, my Springer family had to take. But we keep the faith, we show the faith, we live the faith, and we keep moving forward, and definitely remembrance of our classmates, definitely. And with that being said, me talking about Springers, oh my goodness, it is Monday, September the 6th, 2021. It is Labor Day. Oh, damn. Today, that's right. Today is Labor Day. Happy Labor Day. And that means that school is in the air for the kids in this region of the state. I already know that, you know, the school has started in Fredericksburg, a couple other places in VA, but school is in the air. Parents are saying, thank God, thank God, thank God. And let's all just please keep our fingers crossed, bro. Just let's keep our fingers crossed that school lasts, because I'm already starting to hear the BS when it comes to schools are shutting down. Please, Lord God, I want my kids to be around other kids. But all jokes aside, let's definitely try to keep things as safe as possible, and let's try to keep our kids the fuck in school. Excuse my language, but it is what it is. Okay, a quick a note to order. All right, I'm going to say this now because nothing came of this, but last night I was in the hospital. Yeah, I was. But listen, if you're listening to me now, you know that I'm good, okay? I was in the hospital. I went just for cautionary reasons because
bye, bitch.
My eyes, for whatever reason, at first my eye was my left eye corner of it was a little bloodshot, and I was like, you know, I DJ'd the night before. Me and DJ Amp, you know, we did our thing. I put it down out there in Southside, you know, but I was like, yeah, everything was peaceful. Ain't nobody, you know, it was, you know, this was, you know, no nothing like that. But then, like 8:30 last night, you know, I was just going up to use the bathroom, and I looked at my face. My right eye looked like somebody had just came and just swung on me. Looked like somebody had just punched me in the face. Like somebody had just swole my stuff all up. I'm like, yo, hold up. Wait a minute. What's going on here? So, you know, I Googled, which we all tend to do, but I just wanted to be sure because I know that when you just suddenly have bloodshot red eyes out the blue, that could be potential stroke could be on the horizon. We know I've been down that road. I'm not trying to go down that road again. So I was just thinking for maybe like an hour. I was like, I was just being cautious because I'm thinking I can't in good conscience, you know, go to sleep tonight. I don't want to go to sleep tonight and wake up feeling the way I was feeling, you know, in the second week in July, and where I didn't know what the hell was going on. I just knew that my vision was crappy and my balance was almost shot. I said, I don't want to go through that again, but God, I don't want to go to the hospital either. I was like, because what if they, you know, because when you go through something like that, the first thing that's coming to my mind is, God, man, they're gonna keep me. I just put out a post on Facebook, the day before, saying that I got a testimony and that I'm out DJing and what I have been through and what my pop had been through, and I was like, but I said, I can't, I looked at my kids. I said, okay, all right, I got to do what's right by them. So, I went to St. Mary's, and it just turned out to be nothing, because I've been on, medication ever since I had my stroke, and one of the medications is a blood thinner. So, you bleed a lot easier. And they one thing I did notice is that my eyes were kind of watery all day yesterday. And they said when I was rubbing it, it's easy, especially when you have blood thinner medicine. Sometimes a small little vessel can bust, but they said, no, you're good. They did, a couple tests on me, blood work. They said, you're good. They said, you are good. It's like, you're doing a good job taking medicine. They said, just try not to don't take the aspirin for a couple of days until your eyes look a little better. But I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Like, I wasn't doing nothing. I wasn't doing no social media posts, nothing, because I didn't want that. I don't do that stuff to get attention and likes and whatnot. No. I kept on the DL. I kept it on the down. Even if they had kept me, even for precautionary reasons, that would have just been hush hush. Because real talk, that would have been hush hush, because I don't, it's been enough already over the past month, for me and my people. So, but I'm good. I'm good. As far as what's going on, with my Springer family, for the class of 01, we do now have an official date, that was brought to my attention 2 days ago. And I think it's actually absolutely perfect. It's Friday, November the 5th. We have a brand new school kicking off the new stadium, and that's a home game against our arch rival Verona. So, the class of 01 is going to link up, that night, which I think, again, is absolutely perfect. It's going to be a little chilly by that time, so we can wrap up. I can't wait. And Tanisha hit me up, and she was like, what do you think about that? I was like, good. That's what's up. Now, as far as September 11th, which is this Saturday coming up, look, the Easton Rex got some Little League stuff going on. So, and it was kind of touch and go. Now, look, if anybody still wants to link up, because I'm always down. Like when I was telling the story a couple weeks ago about my homeboy he said a lot of his classmates just got together at the park and was just playing kickball, no reservations, no nothing officially scheduled, just getting up, just to show everybody appreciation. We can still do that. If anybody still wants to link up and holler at your boy on September 11th, I'm down. Still fair game. I'm down, because again, we are all grown people. We do not have to have something officially scheduled for us to get up to link up, even if it's just a few of us, just to have a good time. We grown. As what we have seen at the end of summer 2021 is that life is short. Life is short. It's not guaranteed. We need to appreciate the great things that we have, leave the BS in the rearview mirror, and keep it moving forward. But appreciate and love each other as much as humanly possible. I'm still looking on Facebook for the love bombs. I absolutely love them. I love them. I love the energy. I love the energy from so many people out there who are still keeping the foot on the gas when it comes to just spreading positive energy. And you're talking to a person who not trying to be funny, who hears a level of complaining all the time. And, I just, for my mental sake, I just have to slide that to the side. And, people who appreciate that life really matters and that being positive really matters, because we never know. We just never know. So all of the positivity that I'm seeing, all of the positivity that I've been receiving from my Springer family and my church family, I love every single last one of y'all. I mean, I don't think I can remember all of the names. I mean, my man Doug, he hit me up just to hit me up because like last couple times we've been talking, man, it's like it's been on to some tragedy stuff. Hit me up, just like I said, just got back to Germany. Shout out to him. My man Chris Pitt hit me up. We talking. He was telling me about the new school, telling me how spectacular it is. Adrian, she is just phenomenal. She is absolutely phenomenal. She is the poster board for positivity. Crystal, she is the poster board for positivity. Oh my gosh, like I said, too many. I mean, trust me, there's too many names. My brother Sean, his birthday was just a couple of days ago. Shout out to you, happy birthday, bro. Love you, dog. I mean, for real. The energy, the positiveness is that's what we have to keep doing. That's what we have to keep doing. People are still, here's the crazy thing about it. People are still stuck on 2020, right? People are still saying how crazy 2020 was. It's about to be 2022, okay? One thing that doesn't stop is time. And it stops and it waits for nobody. You may have your events where the world might stop, but trust me, that forward button is always in motion. Always. And I can't wait till November 5th. That's official. Anybody still wants to get up September 11th? I'm fair game. I am fair game. But I got to throw my positive message. I got to throw that out there. I gotta throw that out there, and shout outs to all of the positive people who just make such a difference, not just in my life, but in everybody's life. Just keep spreading it, keep passing it. And like I said, September 11th, that don't have to have anything to do with 2001. That could just be in general. Just because, Meek was 2001, but Finney was 2000. And to keep that energy going, to keep their spirits alive, we can definitely do this. Mwah! To everybody, mwah! I love you all. I really do. Now, is it time to talk about some sports? Oh my goodness. Yes, it is. So without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, people, it's time. You know what time I'm talking about. We've been talking about this since February. Since the first Sunday in February. We've been talking about this all summer. We were talking about it all spring. Summer's about to be over. It's September, so you know what time it is. The NFL season is here. Okay, I did the echoes myself, but you get the point. It is week 1 now of the NFL season. You know what time it is. Okay, no slight to college football. College football just started. I'll get into that in a minute. Hell of a first week for college football. But this Thursday kicks off the 2021 NFL season. And before I even get to making predictions for the week, I'm going to make my predictions long-term for the season. Okay? Preseason is over. Cut the bullshit out. We down to 53-man rosters. It's time to go. Okay, it's time to go, dog. I'm so serious, but I'm so hyped. So, what are we gonna do first, okay? I'm gonna try to get some of my people on here if I'm able to. Well, no, I'm gonna try to get my homeboy Tony on here. But, let me start by first giving my predictions as far as division winners, sleeper teams, aka dark horses, and ultimately who I believe is going to be in and win the Super Bowl that will be coming up this February of 2022. Okay, so where should we start? I'll start from the AFC East. Everybody knows the big news that happened last week, and the news always happens the day after I do a podcast. But we all know that the New England Patriots parted ways with Cam Newton, surprising a lot of people. So that means their starting quarterback will be who? Mac Jones. Who? Mac Jones. Who? Mac Jones. Who? Mac Jones. Who? Not that impressed, though. Even though the New England Patriots, I believe, will be significantly better this season. Bill Belichick went out and spent over $100 million in free agency, the first time he has ever done that. So he definitely understands that, hey, there might be some people that are actually foolish enough to look at his legacy this season, particularly after Tom Brady left and then won the Super Bowl last season with Tampa. And then you have a lot of players who are coming back from who did not play last year because of the COVID situation. So his defense will be back. So basically, to me, Mac Jones will be a game manager. To me, the Patriots are going to go back to that early 2000s style football when Tom Brady was a young puppet quarterback, basically saying, don't lose the games and be clutch on third down. Guess what? It's pretty much what Tom Brady is doing now, low key. I'll get into Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in a minute. But with that being said, this division is pretty much being handed to the Buffalo Bills, according to many. Now, I'm not going to sit here and summariously hand Buffalo the division and say it's a foregone conclusion, because who knows? Well, look, I'm going to tell you this. Josh Allen, for the bag that he just got, he better not regress, okay? He better not regress. But I believe the Miami Dolphins are going to be significantly better. Like I said last week, I don't like the way that they're handling Tua. If you're going to ride with this dude, ride with him. You picked him 5th overall for a reason. If you're going to ride with him, ride with him. The rebuilding process in Miami is over. They have weapons. And what's interesting, because this is what I think, you have never seen an Alabama quarterback in the Nick Saban era be a truly successful NFL starting quarterback. And you're going to have 3 of them starting on opening day. You're going to have Tua for the Dolphins, Mac Jones for the Patriots, and also Jalen Hurts for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I said this last week, and I mean it. If Tua ain't successful, I don't see Mac Jones being successful. I understand 2 different schemes, but honestly, maybe not really. The coaching staffs are cut from the same cloth. Where did Brian Flores come from? New England. So you have a coach who was a defensive coordinator for Bill Belichick. Both of them have Alabama quarterbacks. Matter of fact, the AFC East has the youngest. They have the youngest set of quarterbacks in the league. All of their quarterbacks are under 25 years old. You got Josh Allen for Buffalo, Tua for Miami, Mac Jones for New England, and Zach Wilson for the New York Jets, who quietly is kept, looked pretty good this preseason, but I don't know what to take away from preseason because you didn't see many first-string defenses out there. But Zach Wilson did play well this preseason. But as far as when it comes to who I believe is going to actually win that division, I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills slightly over the Miami Dolphins, and I think the New England Patriots are going to have something to say about it too. Buffalo has to definitely improve on their running game and their defense to some degree, because while their defense was their calling card in 2019 when they went to the playoffs, their offense got so awesome, Josh Allen turned so many heads that you kind of overlooked the fact that defense was not as good as it had been in the previous years. And Buffalo had, prior to 2020 where they made the AFC Championship game, and that's great, Buffalo had been to the playoffs 2 of the previous 3 seasons. As quiet as it was kept. So I'll go with Buffalo narrowly over the Miami Dolphins. And but I think that, remember, last week I said the AFC East is going to be one of the 3 toughest divisions in football. So I got the Bills winning the AFC East. Let's go to the AFC North, black and blue division. Damn hard for me not to name this division as one of the 3 toughest in the NFL, where you got the Cleveland Browns, the Baltimore Ravens, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Cincinnati Bengals. So, this division is tough. This division is tough. But the reason why I didn't name it in my 3 toughest divisions, because I don't see 3 teams coming from this division making the playoffs. I could potentially see 3 teams from the AFC East. Maybe not so much now that Cam Newton's not New England, but we'll see. Let's see. I have winning this division the Cleveland Browns. I have the Cleveland Browns winning this division, and narrowly. I have Cleveland winning this division. I have Baltimore coming in second. It's hard for me to sleep on Pittsburgh because Ben Roethlisberger looks healthy. I think Najee Harris is going to be a great addition. You still have those weapons at receiver. And that defense, I know, is still going to be great. It's still going to be elite. And Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season as the coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, He about to have a losing season now. I just think that division is going to be tough. Cleveland is loaded. Now, beware with the Browns. When you have expectations of them, that's when they tend to let you down. AKA 2019, when all eyes were on Cleveland and they were feeling themselves. Baker Mayfield was feeling himself. But I think Stefanski has instilled a culture in there. Baker Mayfield has humbled himself, and I think he realizes that, hey, he doesn't have to go out and throw for 4,500 or 5,000 yards. You have two all-pro running backs in Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. You're getting Odell Beckham back, and if Odell Beckham just realizes, hey, if he's serious about just wanting to win, if Odell Beckham is good with having 65, 70 catches for just over 1,000 yards and about 8 touchdowns, then he should be gravy, because this offense begins and ends with that O-line. It's the best in football. Those two running backs set the tone. Chubb and Hunt, feed them the damn ball. I said this before. I said this last season. This is what Baker Mayfield needs to do. He needs to go out there and put up Troy Aikman-like stats. And Troy Aikman is a 3-time Super Bowl champion and a Hall of Famer. I'm not saying that's going to happen with Baker Mayfield. I'm saying as far as the style of play. I'm looking at the style of play that Troy Aikman had and that Baker Mayfield has. The O-line for those early 90s Cowboys team was the best in the business. You get a ball to Emmitt Smith, get the hell out the way, be accurate, be clutch on third down. They had stud receivers back then, Michael Irvin, Alvin Harper. You have stud receivers in Cleveland now, Odell Beckham and Jarvis Landry, with the two tight ends, Hooper and David Njoku. I'm sorry, I like this team to win the division, not to mention the defense that has gotten oh so loaded. I mean, you already got Myles Garrett, who may be the best edge rusher in football. You throw on the other side Jadeveon Clowney, who again is looking to prove something, but he is still, when Jadeveon Clowney is on his A game, he is still damn good and damn elite. You have revamped the secondary. You got John Johnson, you got Troy Hill from the Rams. I think that may be a little too much, but oh my goodness, in Baltimore, it's my boy Lamar Jackson. I don't like to bet against this brother, because this dude ain't nothing but the truth. I've been saying it since I started the show damn near 3 years ago. The Lamar Jackson era is here. Now, they went out and got this dude some toys at the wide receiver position, but here's the issue. Everybody's hurt right now. Ain't that a bitch? Bateman is going to be out for the first 4 games. Right now, Sammy Watkins, predictably, is hurt, but I want to say he'll be there for week 1. Hollywood Brown should still be there. You lost J.K. Dobbins for the season in the last preseason game. And you know what? I don't fault John Harbaugh, because I don't give a damn what people say. Preseason is important. And you should play some of your A-level guys in. Shit happens. But look, Todd Gurley's still out there. Todd Gurley's out there. Adrian Peterson, he out there. You need another running back. They out there. They out there waiting in the wings. I know AP ready. I know he ready. He still want to play. He need the money. Okay? But I like Cleveland to win the division. I think it's also going to be very narrow. I think the Ravens are going to the playoffs. Definitely. So I got Cleveland winning the AFC North. In the AFC South, kind of tricky. Today, the Houston Texans officially named Tyrod Taylor their starting quarterback. You don't know what's going on with Deshaun Watson and all of the legal issues that have transpired during this offseason. So nobody is expecting anything from the Houston Texans. Oh, I'm sorry. In the AFC North, did I forget to mention the Cincinnati Bengals? Okay, they have Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase. Anyway, on to the AFC South again. The Houston Texans have named Tyrod Taylor, the Virginia Tech veteran, Super Bowl champion with the Baltimore Ravens, as their starting quarterback. So, what does that mean for Houston? Nothing. They're probably going to not be very good this year, so I'm going to go ahead and bypass them, along with the Jacksonville Jaguars. I mean, we all know, look, this is Nick Saban is going to get a pass for this season and this season only. You just want Trevor Lawrence to stay upright and healthy through the whole season. Trevor Lawrence looked like a superstar his last preseason game, albeit against the Cowboys and albeit against second and third stringers. Like I said, I don't know what to take from that. Unfortunately, you lost ATN, your running back, and Trevor Lawrence's Clemson teammate. But you want to look like you're heading things in, you're building things heading in the correct direction. If Jacksonville gets 5 or 6 wins this year, that is a huge success, because the first couple weeks they're gonna get their ass beat. I mean, they're gonna get their ass beat. But if you're starting to see the team turn and trend in an upward direction come midseason, that's a victory. Now, for the 2 teams that I do believe will be the front runners in this division, the Indianapolis Colts. Carson Wentz looking like he'll play week 1. Carson Wentz has arguably the most pressure on him this season because he's back with his offensive coordinator, Frank Reich, who was the head coach of the Indianapolis Colts. He was Carson's offensive coordinator when he was in Philly, 2017, the best year of his career before he got injured. He would have won the MVP. I firmly believe that. The Eagles did eventually go on to win the Super Bowl. And the Indianapolis Colts are a loaded, stacked team. They have a damn good offensive line. They have a damn good defense. Don't know what's going on with T.Y. Hilton right now, but they have a damn good Jonathan Taylor, that running back from Wisconsin. He is nothing but the truth. So we have to see. I believe the favorites to win that division are the Tennessee Titans. Man, look, let me tell you, I didn't realize how loaded Tennessee was, how much they did on the offseason. Getting Bud Dupree for that defense, getting Jackrabbit Jenkins for that defense. Of course, I know they brought in Julio Jones to go with A.J. Brown, and then of course, you don't forget about Derrick Henry. Here's the one problem I have with Tennessee, and it's the same problem I've had with Tennessee since 2019, and they're a well-coached team. Mike Vrabel, Belichick disciple. Never a part of the coaching staff, but he played and won 3 Super Bowls with him. My issue with Tennessee is the same. Do I think they could win the division? Yes. Do I think they will win the division? Yes. But I don't believe in Ryan Tannehill, dog. I just don't. I don't believe in Ryan Tannehill. And, you keep on throwing all of that load on Derrick Henry. Yeah, he's a big, burly beast of a back. But those carries add up, okay? Those carries add up. Tennessee is absolutely loaded. They really are loaded. You got the safety Byard coming back. Like I said, you added Bud Dupree. You added Jackrabbit Jenkins. And on offense, like I said, Derrick Henry, A.J. Brown, Julio Jones now. This is a loaded football team. But I don't believe in Ryan Tannehill when you talk about Titans and Super Bowl. I have to see it to believe it. But I do think they'll win the division. On to the AFC West. The AFC West. Okay, the Kansas City Chiefs, the 2-time AFC champion, defending AFC champions, won the Super Bowl in 2019. I expect them to win the division. What I do expect is for another team from this division to make the playoffs. And I ain't saying it's going to be the Los Angeles Chargers. I think it's going to be my Denver Broncos.
Biatch.
Ha! I'm not going to go into detail about how loaded my Denver Broncos is. I've done that for the last 2 weeks because I've been so damn happy that Teddy Bridgewater is our starting quarterback. And like I said, our defense is going to be loaded and we have offensive weapons. I do believe that we will indeed make the playoffs. Don't think we will win the division, but I will believe we will be in the mix. And I think we're going to surprise a lot of people. The Los Angeles Chargers. I believe that Justin Herbert may be in the discussion of a top 5 quarterback once the season comes to an end. This kid is absolutely special. But the Chargers, I don't know, maybe this was a Phillip Rivers thing, I don't know. But the Chargers have been kind of that snake-bitten team in the AFC for the past few years. And the Raiders, the Raiders are going to play damn good football until after Thanksgiving. Right after Thanksgiving, I think they're going to go on a shopping spree on Black Friday, and they're just going to totally forget their games. And to be honest with you, this needs to be some kind of a prove-it season for John Gruden, because you're paying him $10 million a year, and we're in what now, year 4? And yeah, you ain't made no playoffs yet, buddy. John Gruden, for all intents and purposes, I could easily sit here and say he's overrated. Great commentator, great personality. Yes, he's a Super Bowl champion. That was a very, very long time ago. 2002, my nigga. That was a very, very long time ago. And yeah, I don't think Derek Carr is the problem. Everybody tried to make that out to be the case when he first went back to the Raiders organization when they were still in Oakland. They said, well, what is he going to do with Derek Carr? I don't think Derek Carr is the problem. Derek Carr is a damn good quarterback. But their defense has been garbage, particularly over the last 3 years. So, again, I think the Raiders are going to be a competitive team. They're going to be a very offensively fun team to watch because, Darren Waller is a beast. And Jacobs is a beast, too, at the running back position. And I think Henry Ruggs is going to make a step in the right direction. But I see the Raiders, after Thanksgiving, doing what they've done the last 2 years. That's kind of just slowly fading to black. No pun intended. So that is the AFC division winners. I have the Buffalo Bills. I have the Cleveland Browns. I have the Tennessee Titans. And I have the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, let's go to the NFC. We will start with the NFC least. Oh, my bad. The NFC East. Now, who is everybody picking to win the NFC East? Oh, big surprise. They're all calling the Dallas Cowboys to win the NFC East. And to that, I just laugh and chuckle and say, y'all ain't learned yet. Every year it's the same old story. It's the same old bullshit. Oh, the Cowboys have one of the most talented rosters in the NFL, bro. The same thing happens every year. They haven't been to the playoffs in a couple of years, and I always talk about that wonderful talented roster. So, I mean, I'm not moved by it. Yes, Dak Prescott is coming back. Yes, Ezekiel Elliott has slimmed down. They play Thursday night. They kick open the season against the reigning defending champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And guess what happened yesterday? Zach Martin tests positive for COVID. Are you kidding me? Now, I'm not going to make a big deal out of this because to me, whether Zach Martin played or not, it wasn't going to change the outcome of the game. It wasn't going to affect the outcome. I have the Cowboys losing to Tampa Bay with Zach Martin or without Zach Martin. But I already hear the excuses from those irritating ass Cowboy fans. When we have Zach Martin, so what? It's not going to make a difference. You're going to start 0-1. Actually, I believe you're going to start 0-2, but we'll get into that later. Now, as far as the rest of the teams in the NFC East, you got Washington. On paper, everything about Washington is actually the best team in this division except the quarterback position. I still can't bring myself to say Washington is going to win this division with a quarterback who has been in the league for 16 years now and has never made the playoffs once, who's honestly a career journeyman. People just like him. That's why he gets all the attention. He has his good games every now and then, but to me, Ryan Fitzpatrick is good for about 4 games, then he turns back into Ryan Fitzpatrick. Now, can Ryan Fitzpatrick possibly lead them to 7 wins or even 8 wins in this horrible division and possibly win it? Yeah, they could, I guess, because the Cowboys don't move me. They don't. I'm sorry, they don't move me. And then you have the New York Giants, who I've said all offseason that the Giants were going to win the division. The Giants are going to win the division because they have to. Ooh. I said that with my chest, so I don't want to go back on it, but the Giants' offensive line stinks. They are horrible. They are awful. Daniel Jones, he better be mobile because he's going to be running for his life. What is Saquon going to be able to do? They play my Denver Broncos week 1. We're going to kick their fucking ass. But all jokes aside, the Giants, if the Giants have average offensive line, I picked them to win this division hands down. I'm gonna begrudgingly pick them to win the division, and I might be making myself out to be a damn fool, but their offensive line is horrible. But I like everything else about that team. I do. They have They are loaded at the skill position spot. You got Saquon coming back, but I feel bad for him coming back behind that awful offensive line. They might want to run 3 tight end set to get some damn protection. I mean, they are horrible. And then you got the Philadelphia Eagles, who don't think the Philadelphia Eagles are just going to be piece of shit. No. Everybody has the Eagles pegged to be this god-awful team. I don't see it that way. I think Jalen Hurts is going to turn some heads. Do I think they're going to win this division? That would be something to see. I'm going to tell you that right now. That would be something to see. And I would actually be delighted to see it. I'm going to begrudgingly go with the New York Giants. God, I don't want to, because their offensive line is horrible. But I talk crap to Tony. And the last time we talked, I was saying the Giants are going to win the division. So I know this is the time to change my mind. But God, I'm going to begrudgingly go with the Giants because, one, like I said, with Washington, I don't trust Ryan Fitzpatrick. I think he'll beat Dallas twice.
Excellent.
But, I mean, gosh. I damn near want to pick Washington, but I'm like, Ryan Fitzpatrick, you're asking him to do something that he's never done. So I'm going to go with the Giants to win the NFC East. Now the NFC North, I'm not even going to take long on this. Green Bay Packers. Okay. I want to see Justin Fields start, but right now the Bears have just a bad offensive line as the damn Giants do. So I don't want to see him being a pincushion. Go ahead and let Andy Dalton be the tackling dummy. I think Minnesota's over Kirk Cousins. I think if it wasn't for them owing him all of that guaranteed money from those 2 god-awful contracts that they signed him to, I believe that they would release him. For one, he's not vaxxed. But I just believe that. Detroit, yeah. Anyway, on to the NFC South. Now, without question, Tampa Bay is the best team. They're going to win the division. Tampa Bay is going to win the division. Do you have another playoff team possibly coming out of there? That's the question. I don't know. Because I want to say the Saints, because I believe Jameis Winston is going to play a hell of a lot better under Sean Payton than he did with Bruce Arians. But the Saints lost a lot this offseason. Not just Drew Brees. Michael Thomas is not. He's on the PUP list. You let Emmanuel Sanders go to Buffalo. You lost Janoris Jenkins. I mean, I know this is still a damn good football team. You still got Kamara. But I want to see the Saints do good. I want to see Jameis do well. Like I said, Tampa's winning that division. Carolina, Sam Darnold, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't care. I really don't care. I want to see Christian McCaffrey healthy again. That's all I want to see. Atlanta, they're going to put up a lot of points. I had Atlanta as my dark horse last year. I ain't making that mistake again this year. I'm not. Because while I think Atlanta is going to be a fantasy football dream, I don't want to put them as my dark horse, but they have a lot of weapons that I like. But I have Tampa winning that division clearly. Now, to the best division in football, the NFC West. This is tough. This is tough because I believe all 4 teams could make the playoffs. I really do. I know the 49ers are back. They're healthy. Garoppolo's going to be the starter. I think what they said, Trey Lance had like a chip in his finger or something like that. I don't know, but I think Garoppolo should have been the starter anyway. San Francisco's getting that defense back, but now you got the Rams. They're stacked. Matthew Stafford, this is a prove-it time. This is it. This is really prove-it time. You have everything that you could possibly want. This is a prove-it. You better. A lot of people are calling the Rams to win this division. With that defense, they have an awesome defense. We know what Aaron Donald is. We know what Jalen Ramsey is. They are all world. But I don't think the Rams are going to win the division. I think they'll get to the playoffs. But I'm letting Russ cook, baby. I'm believing that the Seattle Seahawks are going to win this division. They will be in a battle for the number 1 seed. Like, nobody's talking about Seattle. And I think Russell Wilson knows that. I know he still plans on playing for a very long time, but I think with this particular unit, he knows that he has, particularly the offensive weapons, to get where he wants to go, and that's back to another Super Bowl. So I do believe Seattle will win this division again. The Arizona Cardinals, do not sleep on them. Do not sleep on them, because Kyler Murray, to me, is a mini version of Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson ain't that damn big himself. But I'm going to go with the Seattle Seahawks. Again, the Cardinals, don't sleep on them. They have added some weapons. Chandler Jones, I know I heard the trade talk, but he's back. You added J.J. Watt. You added A.J. Green. So they have a lot of talent. Buda Baker on that defense. You lost Patrick Peterson, but I think Patrick is now on the decline. I like Seattle to win, but like I said, all four teams could honestly make the playoffs. I've said this before. I don't think this is going to happen, but it would not surprise me one bit that if you have your 4 division winners and you have 3 wild cards, it would not surprise me one bit if all 3 wild card teams came from the NFC. That would make the full division. That would have the full division making the playoffs. I don't think that's going to happen. It just wouldn't surprise me. So there we go. NFC. I have the New York Giants winning the NFC East. The Green Bay Packers winning the NFC North. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning the NFC South, and the Seattle Seahawks winning the NFC West. Now, I'm going to just go ahead and get down to it. Who do I think is going to go to the Super Bowl? Well, out of the AFC, I have the Kansas City Chiefs beating the Cleveland Browns in the AFC Championship game, returning back to their 3rd straight Super Bowl. And I have, you ready for this? The Green Bay Packers. I have the Green Bay Packers beating the Seattle Seahawks in the NFC Championship game. I believe Tampa Bay is going to finish with the best record in the NFC, and I believe they will get upset in the playoffs. So I have Green Bay and Kansas City in the Super Bowl. I don't know who's going to win yet. I'll get back to you on that one. And those are my football predictions. So like I said earlier, you know my man was going to be on here. And he is here. It's been a minute. And Tony is here. And this is going to be fun. What up, bro?
Yo, what's going on? I'm here for the most wonderful time of the year.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. So I want to start off. First of all, how you been, bro?
I have been good. All things considered.
Okay.
I've been good.
Absolutely. So let's hop right into it. Let's go division by division. Who do you think is going to win each division? We can start with the AFC. AFC East. Let's start with the AFC East.
Bills.
Okay.
Bills. I just don't see that continuity. I think that as a whole, they coalesced. They haven't really lost much in off season. Bills. Every other team has question marks in that division. Bills are the only one that's the constant.
Bills by a landslide, or you think it's going to be a close division race?
I think it's Bills by a landslide.
Do you now?
I'm sorry. I do. It's the continuity. Playing together with the same group of dudes is everything. Like, it's everything. People can make off-season moves to improve. Miami improved somewhat. People can make off-season moves to improve themselves, but you still got to coalesce as a team, and Bills are the constant. I think quarterback, it's only getting better. I think, maybe they addressed the running game, which was their weakness.
Yeah.
And other than that, they're bringing back most of the same working parts.
Okay, now the AFC North. Who do you have winning that?
That's a rough one, but honestly, Cleveland.
Okay, we're on the same page there. Okay.
Honestly, youth is on their side. Again, they have continuity. Ben is 1 year older. Pittsburgh didn't really do anything in offseason that made me say, wow, that puts them in the mix. And Baltimore is Baltimore. Unless Lamar Jackson takes a whole different leap and becomes a whole different guy, they're going to be treading water.
Okay. Nothing to say about Cincinnati?
I have nothing to say about it. Cincinnati is a very, very young team, but then they don't have that coalescence on their side. They had a quarterback that was out hurt. They don't have the working parts put together yet. You know, they may shock a couple teams, you know, that sleep on them and win a game that they're not supposed to, not favored to win. But trying to maintain that throughout the season, particularly in that division with those other teams, I just don't see it.
And the only thing I will say about Cincinnati I didn't say earlier, I'm gonna have my fingers crossed every week for Burrow, because that was a nasty injury he had, and the fact that he had it late last season, and that he's back. When he got hurt, I was saying I don't know if I would even play him next year, because it wasn't just an ACL, it was an ACL, MCL, PCL, TBS, TNT. He tore all of his stuff up. So
he coming back as the Bionic Man, bro, because they had to put him back together.
Yeah. Okay, so you got Cleveland for the AFC North. How about the AFC South? And you do know that officially Tyrod Taylor has been named the Texans starting quarterback.
Yeah, I'm gonna defer, because I don't see a favorite there. All the teams in the AFC South have issues, whether it's Mr. Wentz, I don't want to get vaccinated, or Tyrod. You know, Tyrod is limited. I mean, he's a good athlete, but I mean, he's limited, so you can't pick them.
Yeah, I see them as no threat. I see them as no threat.
The Jaguars, you know, I mean,
I see them as no threat.
Work in progress. So somebody's going to win the division by default. And I'll just say this. I'll put an asterisk there and say if Wentz gets vaccinated, it'll be the Colts.
You're with the Colts.
If Wentz gets vaccinated. No, because who's their backup? Isn't that
Jacob Eason or somebody? Eason?
Yeah, see, no. I wasn't sure whether the young guy was, the other guy was.
Oh, Jacoby Brissett? No, he's in Miami.
Brissett.
He's in Miami.
Yeah, no. Then no. That's the asterisk. I'll defer on that. You pick them.
All right, well, I picked the Titans because the Titans are loaded. I didn't realize how loaded they were. Them getting Bud Dupree from Pittsburgh, getting Janoris Jackrabbit Jenkins from New Orleans. You know, of course, we all know they got Julio Jones to go with A.J. Brown. You still got Derrick Henry. I call them to win the division. I can't say anything about them in Super Bowl because I still don't believe in Ryan Tannehill. I just don't. But I think they're good enough to win that division. I mean, I see where you're coming from when you say it. You pick them. You know, because to me, that division is just a two-team race. It's Tennessee and Indy. You know, but I picked Tennessee.
That's why I gave the asterisk to Indy. If Wentz gets vaccinated and plays, then no issue. I mean, it literally is them and Houston. And
you mean Tennessee?
I mean, yeah, Tennessee. And I understand they picked up some stuff, but, I mean, Indy is kind of loaded, too. I don't know. All right, so you pick them Vegas odds for the AFC South. Now, what about the AFC West? It's still Kansas City.
Okay, we agree on that too.
It's still tell somebody it's still Kansas City. Like you just can't on paper and in the eye test. It's Kansas City. They have the best quarterback. They have arguably it's Kansas City. They have the most talented team, and that's just it.
Yes, but
can you beat them on any given Sunday? Yeah, everybody can be beat on every given Sunday. But if you had to bet the house, you know, you got to take KC.
My Denver Broncos are making the playoffs, bro.
I understand that. The question was who's winning the division. Bro.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right, and we agree. We agree because I said Kansas City too.
Because I'm gonna tell you what, if it comes down to a playoff thing, hey, I believe the Chargers are capable.
I believe they're capable too.
Yeah, I believe they're capable of making the playoffs. They have a very talented roster, so
I tend to believe that by the end of the season, we're going to be talking about Justin Herbert as a top 5 quarterback.
I would agree. I would agree. I don't agree that I'll say this. I don't believe his usage rate is going to be able to be maintained. He's a young guy, but you're going to burn him out as much as he, he flings it.
Oh, yeah.
But he flings it well. So, if that's what it takes to win, it is what it is. That's why I think that they have a chance.
Now, okay, so you have Kansas City for the AFC West. So for the AFC, you have the Buffalo Bills, the Cleveland Browns. You pick them for the South, and you have KC for the West. Okay.
Yes.
We're almost in unison, except for the you pick them, because I did definitively pick the Titans to win that division. But that's cool. Now let's go to the NFC East. Let's get the NFC East over with. All right, go ahead.
You already know. It's the boys.
Same thing every year. Yeah.
It's the boys. It's the boys. It's the boys.
Okay. All right.
That's that. Enough said. Enough said. I'm assuming you probably pick, I don't know, the Giants or somebody.
I remember last time we talked, I was screaming the Giants, and I'm gonna begrudgingly stick with that because the Giants' offensive line is god awful. They are terrible. I like everything else about the Giants except their offensive line. I feel bad for Saquon. I'm going to begrudgingly do it just because I said it with my chest to you. I said earlier in the show, I may be making myself out to look like a damn fool. I said, but because I said it with my chest the last time we talked about this, because I can't pick Washington, because I can't pick Fitzpatrick to do something that he's never done. I just can't do it. Because on paper, really, they're the best team in the division except for one position, quarterback. So I knew you were going to pick Dallas. Okay. All right. Okay.
I got another prediction for you out of the NFC East, in particular. Rookie of the year and candidate for defensive player of the year is going to be Micah Parsons.
Oh, I don't. You know what? I don't disagree with you on that. I think he's going to be right there with Patrick Surtain for my boys for consideration for defensive rookie of the year. That boy can play. Okay, he can ball. I have no argument there. None. I
watched him, and I kept tabs on the college level. He wouldn't have been my pick had the cornerback still been available, but picking him was not a 2B type choice. You still got a blue chip stud player at a potential position of need that made other guys expendable. That they going to step up their game, or they're going to become extremely expendable fast.
Yeah, Leighton Vander Esch.
Watching this dude in preseason, sideline to sideline, up the field, instinct, athleticism is all there.
Yeah, and you're talking about Leighton Vander Esch.
But he can't stay healthy. That's the problem.
But exactly my point. If he can't stay healthy and Micah Parsons is balling, Vander Esch, unless Jerry Jones has an affection for him like he did for Sean Lee, then Vander Esch may be out the door.
No, I don't think so. I think it would be Jalen Smith first.
Because of the money? Why? Because of the money?
Well, partially the money, but Vander Esch actually can play all three. He can play all three positions. Whereas in the case of Jalen Smith, middle linebacker, you don't want him there. Vander Esch can play all three. Micah can play all three. So you want guys, Keanu Neal can play safety and linebacker. So what Quinn has shown, he wants guys with versatility. That puts Jalen Smith on the hot seat. If you can't play multiple positions, Vander Esch can even rush the passer. He's a big dude. So I think it's Jalen Smith that's on the hot seat, more so than Vander Esch.
Okay, so you got Dallas, no surprise, winning the NFC East. Okay. I'm not gonna say that none of your points aren't valid. They are all very valid. So what about the NFC North?
Right now, it's got to be Green Bay. It's still Green Bay. I mean, it's Green Bay. Until Aaron Rodgers leaves, it's Green Bay, and Aaron Rodgers is not gonna come out there and crap the bed because he's disgruntled. If anything, he's gonna play, even harder.
Yeah, because that's why he got MVP last year. That was the I'll Show You tour last year.
So I see I see a repeat of that. And although other teams have improved,
Their schedule is tough though, man.
I just think when it comes down to it.
No, I think they're going to win the division. I think they're going to win the division.
Smack division opponents up. They're going to smack them division opponents up, and the outside of that, the schedule is tough. But they're going to smack them division opponents up.
Oh yeah, and I believe that. Actually, at first I didn't think the Bears were doing the right thing by not starting Justin Fields, but the Bears' offensive line is just as bad as the Giants. You don't want to get him beat up or his confidence wrecked up. So I believe you'll see Justin Fields in there around week 6, week 7 starting, and unless Andy Dalton loses like the first 3 by a landslide. But and I don't like Minnesota. Like, you have good parts, Dalvin Cook, Jefferson. You just brought in Patrick Peterson, but I was never sold on Kirk Cousins from time he got that contract from Minnesota.
Exactly. And I think when it comes down to those Minnesota Green Bay games, it's always Aaron Rodgers. And until you have that pass rush that can make that dude uncomfortable the whole game, he's going to keep torching you. You can have Patrick Peterson, but Patrick Peterson is one guy.
Yep. And they gave Harrison Smith a contract extension, deservedly so. He's a great player at safety. But still,
you brought back Everson Griffin, but come on, man.
Pass rusher.
I don't think that. Yeah, but no. Based on what I saw in Dallas, he's on that.
Decline. He on the decline.
Yeah, he on the decline.
Okay.
Maybe it's an effort thing. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe he gets rejuvenated. Maybe that was a wake-up call. I don't know. But the whole point is, if you ain't got that pass rush right, Aaron Rodgers, 335 yards, 4 touchdowns, Minnesota coming at you. Because Devontae Adams is not playing. And Patrick Peterson, good cornerback, but I'll take Devontae Adams.
Yeah, he ain't. No. Well, you know what? That's a good matchup, though, now that I think about it, because it's not like Devontae Adams is a speed demon. He's a very physical wide receiver. And I think that'll be a very interesting matchup to watch. Patrick Peterson and Devontae Adams.
Who getting that call? When they start getting physical, who's getting that call?
Oh, of course. Absolutely.
There you go. Pass interference. There you go. So he can't really rough him up,
But I think also that made it. But it might get called different when you're in Minnesota. It might get different when you're in Green Bay. I don't know. That matchup intrigues me.
We'll see, but we'll see. The Aaron Rodgers factor, man. The conversation you and I are having before them games, he's having that same conversation. He's going to challenge Patrick Peterson and put that ball in positions that make him draw pass interference calls, too.
Oh, please. All them times that he played Patrick Peterson when he was with the Cardinals, he challenged him then. But okay, so you got Green Bay with the North. What about the NFC South? I'm pretty sure this will be quick.
Yeah. Okay, we play them week 1, so that is what that is. TB12, it is what it is.
Yeah, they'll be 1-0 after week 1.
Yeah. Hey, okay, you say so.
But how do you excuse me. Tom Brady, slow starter. Elaborate.
In New England, people looked at it as New England as a whole with no. If New England was on your schedule early, then that was a really good thing for you, because they seemed to be sleepwalking from the previous season. Whether they won a Super Bowl or didn't, they seemed to be sleepwalking when they entered the season. Now, I don't know if that was just exclusively the team or it's just exclusively Tom Brady. Either way, Tampa Bay has some working parts. They got some nice parts, but I don't, just in general, when you look at Tampa Bay, you don't look at them and say they strike fear in your heart that you can't beat them, on any given Sunday. Certain teams you play against and you just feel like, all right, there's an L coming. Tampa Bay is not one of them teams. They're not one of them teams. They can have really good weeks, and they showed last season, even though they won, they can have really crap weeks. So as a team, not just Brady, but as a whole team, they could have a crap week. So I just they got veteran pieces and veterans. You know, they just want to get to the playoffs. They'll win certain matchups because it's pertinent to that postseason endeavor. But the first game of the season, a lot of times, is not even considered that. Even though it is against us, it is. It's relevant. Two teams, you know, that may end up, the record may end up be a thing at the end of the season. So, you know, it is what it is.
Okay.
That's my feeling on Tom Brady and slow starts. The numbers bear that out. Now, why that is, who knows? But the numbers bear that out that he's kind of slow. He starts slow on pretty much every season.
Okay.
And at some point, the light bulb goes on, and then he's Tom Brady.
So, okay, so you got Tampa Bay winning that division, and so do I. How do you feel about the Saints?
I don't. Honestly, I don't. I think that they're a sturdy, strong boat without a captain. That's how I look at them. Everything at the head, Sean Payton's going to have to work. He's going to have to work because between Jameis and I can never remember it.
Taysom?
Taysom, yeah. It's Jameis. You can't. Like I said, Sean Payton's going to have to work. He's going to have to work. Their defense will be nice and keep them in games, but both of those guys have deficiencies, huge deficiencies. Can they iron them out? Maybe. Can they iron them out enough to beat out Tampa Bay? No.
Oh, no, I don't believe that. I'm just like, I was just more or less like, could you see the Saints possibly sneaking into the playoffs?
By default, maybe. By default, maybe, but I don't think so. I don't think so because the next division that we're going to talk about is probably going to produce maybe 3.
And you the perfect lead in. And I was just getting ready to go to the toughest division in football. Who do you call coming out of the NFC West?
Rams.
You got the Rams.
Reluctantly, the Rams. But yeah, the Rams. The Rams. I think the quarterback change makes all the difference. It's not that I think Stafford is head above, shoulders above. From a talent perspective, he's a smarter guy. He's a veteran. He's a smarter guy.
Well, that's what we're going to find out. That's what we're going to find out. Is he really the smarter guy?
I think he is. I think he is. Because I think he is. I've seen him in Detroit with nothing, win games. And I'm talking about in crucial situations, they could be down 3, they could be down 7, they could be down 8, and Stafford generally makes the right plays. And I think that's what they were lacking. So I'm going to take them. On paper, Arizona perhaps looks like the more talented team, perhaps. But I just feel like the Rams are the more talented team.
Okay, all right. So you have the Cowboys, the Buccaneers, the Packers, and the Rams in the NFC. All right. Now, I have, on the contrary, for the NFC, I have the Giants. I'm really begrudgingly picking them. The Buccaneers. Who did I have for the Packers as well? But I had Seattle winning the NFC West. I have Seattle winning the NFC West. Now, we can do this now together because I never said who I thought my wild card teams were going to be going to the playoffs. We can start with the AFC. You go ahead and you go first. Who do you think will be the 3 teams that get the wild card spots in the AFC?
I do not think. I do not think the AFC East will produce a wild card, so it will be. Pittsburgh.
Okay.
No, excuse me, Baltimore.
Baltimore. Okay.
It will be Denver.
Hey.
And it will be it'll be it'll be whichever team does not win the South. If Tennessee wins it, then it'll be Indy. If Indy wins it, it'll be Tennessee.
Okay. So you have Baltimore, Denver, and the second place finisher, the runner-up of the South Division. Okay.
Of the South. Yeah.
Okay. My 3 wild card teams. I've been saying Denver's going to make the playoffs. And we're long overdue. So I'm going with Denver, of course. Baltimore as well. I agree with you in Baltimore, but I actually think that the Miami Dolphins are going to make the playoffs. I do. I have Miami coming out of the AFC East as not the division winner, but I have them making the playoffs. So my pick is Denver, Baltimore, and Miami to be the 3 wild card teams. Now, how do you feel about the NFC? 3 wild card teams.
Same as AFC, only the division winner will be coming from the East. And this is gonna sound strange, but I think it. I think that. Well, wait a minute. Let me go back. No NFC East person in the Central. This Packers in Minnesota. I think Detroit will be a wild card.
What?
I think Detroit has
What?
a chance to be a wild card. I do.
Oh, that's the. Wait a minute. What?
I think Detroit has a chance. Detroit has a chance.
Okay.
I got to pick 3. And I can't just say all 3 teams in the West that don't win it.
You know what's funny? Because before we got on the phone, I said I wouldn't be surprised if it was 4 division winners and all 3 wild cards came from the NFC West. I don't think that's going to happen, but I wouldn't be surprised.
But contrary to you, I think Seattle's going to be that wild card.
Okay.
I think it'll be Seattle, it'll be Detroit, and it'll be the Saints.
Okay, well, we're pretty close. Now, I have Detroit nowhere near nothing, but I have on contrary to you, I had the Rams being a wild card, and I have the Rams being a wild card. I have the Cardinals being a wild card, and the Saints.
Ooh. Okay. I wow. Okay. I mean, maybe.
And it's tough for me to pick. It's tough for me to pick the Saints because but I think that Jameis will play better under Sean Payton. These are just predictions. We could both be dead wrong. We could be dead wrong, and the damn Panthers could make the playoffs. Not likely, but okay. So you have the Seahawks as a wild card, the Saints, and the Detroit Lions. That one caught me out of left field. I'm not gonna lie. You surprised me with that one. Detroit. What? Please explain why you. I'm tripping off of that.
Because in their division, I mean, the 2 tops are obviously Minnesota and Green Bay.
Right. Right.
But with Stafford, just with Stafford, those games have been extreme. They could have went either way. Now it could have been due to Stafford. I did give him a lot of credit.
Yeah.
Detroit was in every one of them games, and then they blew it.
Yeah, that's true.
That indicates they have a pool of talent. They do got some talent there. Can McVay get more? I mean, not McVay.
Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell.
Can he get more out of
Jared Goff?
Jared Goff, I don't know. but I just feel like Detroit can make the playoffs. Detroit can make the playoffs. I think they're better than the Bears. I think Detroit can make the playoffs.
Okay, all right. Well, okay. I'm gonna be. I'm
We're
good.
in a play-in type situation, and so in a conventional, playoffs scenario under previous, Detroit wouldn't make it. They'd be 7-9, 6-10, 8-8 team at best. But I don't know. I watched them a little bit last year, and it just seemed like every time I looked, they were NFL Red Zone was cutting to some game with Detroit where the score was like 2-4 point difference.
Oh, there's been no team over the past 10 years who's played just well enough to lose than the Detroit Lions, maybe the Raiders. But no, I get what you're saying. They're in a lot of games. They've never knew how to close the deal, but because you called them to be a wild card team, I'm going to pay special attention to them because I don't have anything against Detroit. Maybe for that reason that you just named, they're always in a game but never close the deal. I've kind of like, yeah, all right, whatever. So, okay. So those are our picks. Now, I want you to pick the week 1 matchups with me. I'll go game by game. I'll make this quick. First game, 1:00 game. Well, okay. Dallas and Tampa Bay. I'm picking Tampa. Go ahead.
I'm picking my boys.
Okay.
Go.
Okay. Philly at Atlanta. I believe that's going to actually be.
$1.50.
I think that's going to be.
$1.50 week 1.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm just calling it now. Zeke $1.50 week 1. Go.
On that defense?
Go.
Okay. All right. I believe this game on Sunday. I believe this is going to be the shootout of the day. Actually, Philadelphia at Atlanta. To me, I think this is a fantasy football dream. You said Atlanta?
Atlanta.
Okay, well, just because you said Atlanta, I'm gonna go against it. I'm going with Philly. Jalen Hurts, baby. Okay. Pittsburgh at Buffalo, big game.
Buffalo. Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
All right, Berman, I got you. No, but I'm riding with you. I'm going with Buffalo as well. Minnesota at Cincinnati.
Minnesota.
I agree, Minnesota. Okay, San Francisco at Detroit.
San Francisco.
I'm actually going to go with Detroit on this game. Arizona at Tennessee. Yeah.
I'm gonna take Tennessee in a low scoring deal.
You're gonna take Tennessee?
Yeah.
Yeah, so am I. I actually think Julio Jones is gonna have a big debut for them. Another one that might make you go, ooh, Seattle at Indianapolis.
Seattle.
Ditto, same here, Seattle. The Chargers at Washington.
Being as though it's this time of the year, I'm going to take the Chargers. If it were late year, cold, then I might go Redskins, football team. But now I'm going to take Chargers.
I'm actually going with Washington on this game. I think Washington is going to win. The Jets at the Panthers.
Wow. Give me the Jets, Jets.
I'm actually going with the Panthers. I'm going with Sam Darnold gets his revenge. Jacksonville at Houston. I'm going to take Houston too. Even though, like you said, Tyrod is limited, I'm going to take Houston. Big game. Big game. Possible AFC Championship preview. Cleveland at Kansas City.
Kansas City at home.
I roll with you on that. Kansas City at home. Battle of Alabama. Tua versus Mac Jones. Who? Mac Jones. Miami at New England.
I've seen enough of Tua, so I'll take Miami. I haven't seen enough of Mac Jones.
I agree with you
pro.
100%. Mac Jones hasn't seen a first-string NFL defense yet. I agree with you. Miami. Green Bay at New Orleans.
Green Bay.
Yeah, I agree. Green Bay. My Denver Broncos at the New York Football Giants.
Broncos.
How we agree on that one. Sunday Night Football, the Chicago Bears at the Rams.
Rams.
Rams here too. And Monday Night Football, the Ravens at the Raiders.
I'm going to take the Ravens, but I wouldn't be shocked if the Raiders take that. I would not be shocked. But I'll take the Ravens.
I'm going to take Baltimore too, even though Baltimore is kind of banged up in wide receiver. This is going to be the first game where that new Vegas stadium has fans. So that kind of almost like, crowd noise, this is essentially the Raiders' first real game in Las Vegas in front of the crowd. So that's going to be tough. That's going to be tough. Because, I'm going to take the Ravens in a nail biter. Okay.
Yeah, that Las Vegas spread can't be but like 3 points on that game. Because, but, I'll take the Ravens. Stick with the Ravens.
Okay, so now we've covered football, so I just wasn't going to talk much basketball today, but so how you feeling about this NBA offseason, sir?
You know how I feel. I feel great, and I'll preface that by saying this. I think that the haters that try to crap on the DeRozan move simply don't watch basketball or haven't watched the Spurs or DeRozan maybe over the past couple years. Mid-game, he always was arguably one of the best dudes in the league. Top 5 dude, mid-game, mid-range game. But over the past couple years, he's become a awesome distributor as well. I think that the parts that my team picked up complement each other well. I think the emphasis, the point that people are making with they didn't have no defense. I beg to differ because the Bulls played pretty well defensively the second half of last year. I like the moves. I like every single move they made. Every single move from Lonzo Ball. Again, you infuse youth, a guy with potential to be more than what he is. You brought in veteran presence, and you brought in guys that can work together offensively on a court. Because Zach LaVine, while he is the scoring monster, he can play off ball. He doesn't have to. He's not like Harden. He doesn't have to have the ball in his hands all the time in order to still make the play. And that's it.
Okay, so all right, so
inside out pick and roll game with DeRozan and Vucevic all day.
Okay, so with that being said, because I was actually paying a lot of attention to these moves that the Bulls made when they first initially made those moves in free agency. So where do you think that puts the Bulls in the East?
Of course, you have to. It's all on paper. You have to see it working. You have to see it together. But based on the coaching, based on the roster they put together, what I just predicted is how they're trying to set that team up outside, inside, outside, every level of play. Dudes that can get to the rim, dudes that can shoot 3-pointers. They have it all now. They're going to be a playoff team, and I don't really believe they're going to be a play-in playoff team. I believe they're going to be one of those bottom 4 slots. I don't think they cracked the top 4 just yet. I just don't see it because they got to play together. And other teams have already been together. But I do think they could get up as high as 5.
Okay. Now, is that your head or your heart talking?
No, that's my head talking. That's my head talking. They should have been in the playoffs last year, but COVID and injury at the end of the season kept them out of the play.
Do you think they're above the Knicks?
I do. I absolutely do. The Knicks have made some changes too, and they're still going to be a really good defensive team, man. But again, I just laid out to you, you got to go have to defend the Bulls on every single level, at every position now, because they all can score. They all can score from different areas. Okay. So I just think that at the end of the day, yes, they're a better team than the Knicks.
Okay, so I'm, because I was interested of hearing that perspective from you, being a Bulls fan. Now, what has happened in the NBA offseason is that pretty much over the last couple of weeks has been teams, buyouts, but all pretty much predicated on around two organizations. You know who they are, the Brooklyn Nets and the Los Angeles Lakers. Let me say this for one. And I've said this before about my Lakers in previous podcasts with all the moves that they've made. Boy, the Lakers look good on 2K12. I'm going to tell you, they do. The Lakers look good on 2K12. But with that being said, you also have the drama in Philadelphia, what's going on with Philadelphia, and how much will that impact the league? Because I think that if Ben Simmons let's say Ben Simmons gets traded to Golden State, even though everybody's saying Portland for Damian Lillard. If Ben Simmons goes to Golden State, look out.
I'm just going to say this about Ben Simmons. I agree with Charles Barkley, 100%. I don't know if you keep tabs on what Barkley says when he ain't sitting on NBA or TNT, but he was talking about Ben Simmons, and he said there's no way he would trade him. Right. Unless the offer was exactly, and I would trade him wherever I felt like the best deal was. Right. Not let him force his way to this California team or whatever. We paid you $200 million to shoot a basketball. We haven't gotten our return.
Well, I don't disagree. See, the one thing that I love Ben Simmons' game outside of his offensive game, because to me he's like a shutdown cornerback. But where I have issue with Ben Simmons at is that now he's trying to come across like he's the victim. He's the one who choked in the playoffs. He's the one who, for the past 3 years, everybody and their mama knew that he needed to go work on his outside shot, but he's refused to do it. Do I agree with what Doc Rivers and Joel Embiid said? No, because some things you just need to keep in-house. But now Ben Simmons is coming across as a person who just simply refuses to look into the mirror. But with that being said, hell no, I ain't trading him for cookies if I'm Philadelphia. No, because like you said, you haven't gotten your return. He is an all-star, a multiple-time all-star player, and he's a jump shot away from being in the MVP candidate and MVP discussion every year. He's a jump shot away from doing that. So, I mean,
I'm gonna tell you something else funny about Ben Simmons and something going on in the league, diametrically opposed to his situation. Lauri Markkanen, we traded him to Cleveland ultimately, but he handled his situation a little bit different. He stayed quiet for the most part, blah, blah, blah. He made it clear that he wanted to be moved. He was a seventh overall pick in the draft for us. He wanted $15 or more million a year when he couldn't stay healthy, doesn't play, D, doesn't rebound, and is not a rim protector at 7 foot. But AK, now you know how he rolls as a GM. He's not going to be bullied into, whatever. So we held out, ended up getting a first-round pick, a second-round pick, and a player for him. That's how GMs need to operate. This is not a slave plantation like some people like to refer to. They hold them hostage and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they're multi-million-dollar hostages, though, if they are being held as hostages. I'd like to be a $200 million slave. I would. But they need to get back to that. You play for the team you got drafted by. You honor that contract. After that contract is up, you free to go wherever you want to go.
I agree with you 110%. I really do. And the crazy thing is that LeBron got them in this mentality of thinking, but think about this. LeBron has never been traded. He's always been a free agent whenever he goes somewhere. It's just that when he wants players on his team, you move heaven and earth to get that trade. But I agree with you 100%. Oh, they wouldn't like me if I was an owner. I'll tell you that right now. They wouldn't like me. And it's not me having a slave mentality. It's like you said, you signed your name to this contract. Play out your contract. Be about, it's about keeping your word. It's some principalities in this now too. You gave me your word. I'm giving you my money. So you need to honor that. No, they wouldn't like me if I was an owner. But I don't want to play here. What the fuck? No, wait a minute. Okay, well, fine. You don't have to play here when your contract is up. Period.
Exactly.
Period.
Let me ask you a question on a move that your low management's made that I truly don't understand. So if DeAndre Jordan can't get up and down the court with Harden, Durant, and Kyrie, what makes you think he's gonna get up and down the court in LA?
Well, okay, well, just elaborate for my audience who the load managements are.
The Los Angeles Lakers. The Los Angeles load managements. that's what it's going to take for them to be able to run with the youth that is out west. And even some of the older teams you just mentioned, Golden State. That's not a good matchup necessarily for the Lakers because Golden State's going to run.
Yeah, no, it's not a good matchup at all. That's why I said if Ben Simmons was to go to Golden State, oh my God, we would be in trouble.
The only saving grace to people when they face is Draymond is just a dream now. Draymond is a shell. Now.
Well, that would be everybody's saving grace. If you have Ben Simmons and Draymond on the floor at the same time, you could at times essentially be playing 3-on-5.
Exactly.
But when I saw that DeAndre,
and I do think that a lot of those moves are on paper. When you look at on paper, I mean. You can assemble a former all-star roster, but again, they have to work together. And I think the biggest question mark with the load management, whether people want to acknowledge this, is Russell Westbrook's role.
Well,
you have LeBron, who has to have the ball. You have who likes to have the ball. You have AD, who does not necessarily have to, but you want him to have the ball. But then you have for Russell Westbrook to be the Russell Westbrook that you, on paper, look and say, wow, this dude's going to get you this. He has to have the ball.
Well, when I saw that DeAndre Jordan was getting bought out and that he planned on signing with the Lakers, I kind of just shook my head. Because I don't see
that ain't the dudes you want to get bought out for real. You want Kevin Love to get bought out.
I don't see the purpose of DeAndre Jordan on the Lakers unless you're getting rid of Marc Gasol. And pretty much you're bringing, you would be getting rid of one stale body for a slightly less stale body.
I like to see it. I like to see. I pay money to see them one race. From one end of the court to the other.
But I don't know. I have said this before that the moves that the Lakers are making, it feels real 2017 Cleveland-y for me. Because do you remember when after Cleveland lost to Golden State, the first year Golden State had Durant, and then that next offseason they just went and got name after name after name. They even bought in Dwayne Wade, Isaiah Thomas, because Kyrie had got traded to Boston. You got Isaiah Thomas, who was just coming off of a MVP caliber season, Dwayne Wade, Jay Crowder, all of these other names, and it wasn't working. So by the time the trade deadline came, everybody was out of there. It has that type of vibe to me because they're getting nothing but names. Now, if things ain't working, I don't think they'll trade Westbrook, but I think they would trade anybody else. I mean, outside of LeBron and AD. I don't think LeBron and AD and Westbrook would be getting traded, but Carmelo, Malik Monk, Kendrick Nunn, Dwight Howard, Mark Gasol, I guess DeAndre Jordan now. I don't know. I think all of those guys would be up on the trading block. Rondo. I don't know, because it's just and for one, everybody right now, I guess, is looking forward to now. This is what it's what you're trying to sell is that it's gonna be Brooklyn versus Los Angeles. First of all, Milwaukee's the defending champs. Second of all, when we're really, truly, truly looking for a matchup, when do we really ever get it? Because haven't we been looking for the Lakers and the Clippers in the West Finals for going on 3 years now? When it was Golden State versus Cleveland year after year after year, it was clear who the best team in the East and who the best team in the West was. There's still a lot of question marks for me as far as who's the best team in the East and who's the best team in the West. Now, I actually like the moves that Brooklyn made. Getting Millsap. We talked about that before.
They got Okafor. They got Aldridge. They had size. That's all they had. It's size.
Yeah, and I remember I said to you after the Nets got eliminated by Milwaukee, I said one of the big moves that happened that nobody talked about was when LaMarcus Aldridge had to retire because of health issues. That was huge. Because when he got to Brooklyn, he started magically averaging 20 points a game again, and was a rim protector and was a mid-range deadly. When he left, people don't realize how. I believe if he's still there, even if Kyrie and James Harden is hurt, I believe if Aldridge is there with Blake Griffin, I believe they would have probably beat Milwaukee. It is what it is. I respect Milwaukee. I respect the hell out of Milwaukee as a champion. They deserve it. I respect it. But I like the moves that Brooklyn made because, like you said, they go on all sides. The only question I have with Brooklyn is, can your big three, they have to play together. I know there's some continuity there, but you got to give more in the regular season than 8 games.
Right.
You do.
Yeah, you got to stay healthy.
Because remember, they may be the favorites, but Milwaukee's still the champs. And Milwaukee didn't do anything, they haven't done anything during this offseason to make you say, wow, they got way better. But they didn't do anything easy to say, damn, they didn't got way worse.
Right.
You lost PJ Tucker to Miami. That kind of sucks. Now, Miami might be a team that you might want to low-key pay attention to. But Milwaukee's still the champs, and now they know how to win. Now they know how to win. So Brooklyn is glitz and glamour. It's all good if it works. And same thing with the Lakers. It's all good if it works. Yeah, like I said, but my Lakers sure would look good in 2K12, boy. I tell you.
Yeah, that would have never happened in 2012.
Boy, 2K12, we got a roster for.
I ain't taking no $2.6 million to play with LeBron.
Boy, let me tell you something. In 2K12, all them players we got, all their ratings is 95 and up.
Yeah, and all their contracts is max and up.
Yup.
So no way. But yeah, I agree with you. That Milwaukee, they're the champs until they get knocked off.
Until proven otherwise.
It is what it is. But on Brooklyn's side, they addressed literally exactly what the problem was: size, rebounding, rim protection. That's it. That was their only issue. They had scoring. They had everything else. Creative, multiple shot creators. That's it.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to this NBA season because there are other teams that I'm curious. I want to see what the Knicks are gonna do, adding Kemba, adding Fournier. I want to see what Miami is gonna do, adding Kyle Lowry, PJ Tucker. With Jimmy Butler and Bam, like that. Miami, you might want to watch out for them. If the parts mesh and they can stay healthy, they're gonna be tough. Miami's going to be tough. I don't know what's going to happen with Boston. Boston, to me, it may be the biggest question mark in the Eastern Conference because they have talent But now they have a new coach. Somehow, some way, Brad Stevens didn't get the job done and elevated in that organization. I ain't gonna ask no questions. But I'm curious to see what happens with them as well. Philadelphia. I'm interested because if somehow they can land Damian Lillard, you know, depending on because if you're just giving up Ben Simmons and you're getting Damian Lillard, you got something. But now if you have to give up Ben Simmons and Tobias Harris, no, I wouldn't make that deal. You know, for Damian Lillard, you know, and I've heard that. I've heard that as a possibility. So it's interesting. It's definitely interesting on the NBA side, and we almost there. And we got about a month till the NBA season starts. We'll be knee deep in the football before we really start giving a damn about what's going on in the NBA. At least I will. At least I know I will.
The prediction on the NBA, I think Cade Cunningham is going to be the biggest disappointment. Not because the talent is not potentially there. I think the physical thing, what people saw when they watched him in college, NBA is a whole different animal, man. The speed, strength, everything, it's amped up there. He just the whole summer he just looks slow.
I do like the kid. I do like the kid Jalen Green better. I do.
Yeah, I think he's going to end up being the best player from the draft.
I do. You know who?
He just looks slow.
You know who's actually been balling during the summer league? LiAngelo Ball.
Yeah.
I think he might find him a roster spot.
Well, we got one open. I mean, we got one left.
Well, he was playing with the Hornets, so.
I'm just saying, you know. I'm just saying. My hope is actually they fill it with another big, but you know, what do I know? Size is everything in NBA. Rebounding, that's rebounding.
Size still matters. They're trying to discredit size, but size definitely still matters.
It does. So it is what it. I looked at from our roster perspective. I looked and noticed, the other ball boy is the shortest person on the starting lineup. And he's 6'6.5", 6'7".
Oh yeah, Lonzo. Yeah, he's 6'7".
Yeah, Lonzo was the shortest person in the starting lineup, essentially. Well, him and Levine are measured the same.
But DeRozan is 6'5" though.
Now, here's the funny thing with that. It's funny because that discussion came. It wasn't about DeRozan. It was about heights in general, in shoes, out of shoes, whatever. But they have, I think DeRozan is listed at 6'7".
I don't know why. If he stands next to Lonzo, you will noticeably see a height.
But yet, this is your small forward in today's NBA.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just honestly what it is history repeating itself. I mean, because I know you remember the name Adrian Dantley. He was 6'5" and he was small forward and he led the league in scoring. History repeats itself. It just,
This is true.
Yeah, it just depends on it depends on what era you're in.
But the majority of eras, you looking for 6'7" to 6'9", all the way to 6'10".
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
So, but it is what it is, because you wanted that small forward to be able to shift to the 4 occasionally and also be able to shot block and rebound, especially rebound part. Can't have a small forward averaging 3 rebounds a game.
Well, before we wrap this up, any thoughts on college football this past weekend?
No.
Yeah, you are the NFL guy. He said, I'm
not only am I the NFL guy, I think that college is the most difficult to assess. So it's almost like why watch it? It's the most difficult to assess because so many different things going on with these schools, with these states, with COVID. You know, you can't really. You're not getting the full product. Not even close.
Yeah. Well, I don't disagree. I think the matchups that they had this past weekend were pretty dope. But I mean, you had a lot of upsets. But what I took away from this week in college football is simple. SEC is still king. Well, okay, and I'm sorry. I'm gonna take that back. Alabama is still king because LSU went to UCLA and Chip Kelly had his boys put it on LSU.
Right.
You know, but then you got Georgia who beat Clemson. So it is what it is. Only this is why I wish college football would actually get an actual, like, instead of the 4-team playoff, would actually get something that kind of looks like the NFL. Because your season could be screwed up after 1 week in college football.
I ain't gonna lie. My wish is that they take on the college basketball format.
Oh, like a NCAA. Oh my goodness.
Let everybody play. Let that little Division II little school, play whoever. If they play their way into the tournament, let them play.
Oh my goodness. Can you imagine? Can you imagine January madness in college football?
That's why I want it. I mean, if they can do it in basketball, why not football? Well, football is more physical. So it's an endurance game. Let them play. They're young. They can deal with it.
Well, I mean, college basketball is, one game, winner take all, each round. So, I mean, they could do the same thing in college football. One game, winner take all. Oh, that would be fun.
That's what I do. Like they should do. That would be great. That's why I've been a college football. Basketball is different. College football fan, and so on, because come on, man. It seemed like for years it was predetermined.
Well, and I understand why, because you think about it, every year since the playoff has been going on for 7 years, and it's like you always see Alabama, Clemson, and Oklahoma, and then you give or take a fourth team in there.
And every year it's some smaller, more obscure team that may have a better record, may even be undefeated, but yet you got one of the premier teams with one loss, but yet they're ranked higher.
UCF.
Exactly.
That's them every year for like the last 5 years. UCF.
So let them play. Let them play. Teams like let teams like Cincinnati, or college football. Teams like Cincinnati,
Boise State,
get up in there, play them. You might not have
Boise State.
Exactly.
Utah.
So that's why I'm not a college football fan, because I just don't think it's right. I don't think they always feel they don't give everybody a shot. Whereas the basketball, man, the Cinderella team, that whole concept, that's what the tournament in college basketball is about.
Oh yes.
Who's gonna be this year's Cinderella? Who's gonna be this?
Oh yeah.
In the football, there is no Cinderella. Ain't nobody getting no glass slipper.
Nah, you ain't gonna see Loyola of Chicago playing in the Orange Bowl.
Yeah, you could be undefeated and okay, we got a spot for you in the Oatmeal Bowl.
Not the Oatmeal Not the Oatmeal Bowl. I'm weak.
But we'll take your stud players and make sure they get in the NFL, though.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You said the Oatmeal Bowl.
It's true. The good teams end up in these obscure bowl games that nobody watches and nobody even cares about.
Yeah.
They just won't give them a shot. Make it a tournament. You ain't got to make it 64, Make it half that. But it still would be more.
Oh, if you did have it, let's say, if you made it, like, let's just say, okay, you got the top 25 and you threw in about 7 more teams. Like you said, if you did half that, 32 teams, that's still worth $1 billion.
Yep, 32 teams and you got 16 games. 16 games. After that, I understand the TV schedules and all this other stuff, but 16 games,
they would make it work. They would just do it. They would work. Yeah, they would do it the way they do in March Madness. You just have it on 3-4 different networks. Oh yeah, that's easy. That's easy. That is. Honestly, to me, that would be the easy part.
You're gonna you might end up having a bunch of blowouts, but I promise you.
Oh, once you got down to that second round of games, things would get real interesting.
Yeah, you're gonna have some cutaways and cutting away from games, talking about 10 seconds left and the University of America is 2 points away from upsetting Alabama.
Oh man, let me tell you something. If Alabama lost, let's just say, for just an example, if Alabama was in a tournament and they lost to Temple, oh my gosh, the sky would fall. It'd be great to see, though. It would be great to see.
It would.
Because, I mean...
And it would cause people to tune in more, and they would be more invested in their teams, their local teams. They would be.
And you know what? That would actually, if they did that type of tournament style, especially now that they're paying players for likeness, that would actually level the playing field if you were at a university that was small, but if you thought you had a chance to just get in the big dance, quote unquote.
Exactly. So, yeah. There it is.
Yep.
They ain't gonna do it, but there it is.
No, I don't think they're gonna do it. I mean, and if they do it, it's not gonna be for another 10, 15 years.
Right.
I mean, because think about how long they went to the BCS National Championship. Then think about how long it took from going to the BCS National Championship to a playoff. Right. It took them about 17, 18 years.
Right.
Just to do that. Because I think they started with the BCS National Championship game in 97. So that went from 97 to 2013. Because then it was just pick one versus two. Before then, I remember it was pick one versus two. Because I think the last team to win, a national championship game that was non-BCS, I think was Florida. And my Gators in 96 when they beat Florida beat Florida State for the national championship game. But then after that they went BCS. That was when Charles Woodson won the Heisman. You know what I'm saying? They beat that's when they went BCS, and then they did that for 16 years, and now they starting the playoffs. So I don't know. It's been 7 years now, so maybe in another 10 years they'll expand the playoff, because I know they was talking about doing it last year, but everything was on the table last year because of COVID.
Right.
So, but anyway, brother, I'm gonna get on up out of here.
Yes, sir.
This has been fun. And trust me, I will be hitting you up next week so we can check these picks and check your Detroit Lions.
My Detroit Lions. Yeah, okay.
Well, hey, look. I'll show them love. To hell with them Cowboys.
Oh, see, there you go with that old racist stuff. Picking on me because I'm black. It's okay. It's cool.
I'm going to get at you, big homie.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Later.
Oh, my man Tony, always dropping the knowledge, man. We just have the fun. Like, look, I had the questions lined up, but then after that, we just get to freestyle talking, and we just get to talking sports, man. We get to the barbershop talk, and that's really my favorite part about having him on here. Gee whiz, this is probably the longest episode ever. And it ain't over yet, because I got my big homie, Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan, Big Calvin. And when I say he a Bucs fan, he a real Bucs fan. He ain't a bandwagon Bucs fan because Tom Brady's there. Long as I known this man, and I done known this man over a decade. It's been Tampa all day. What up, homie?
What's going on?
Ain't nothing much. Hey, I know you busy. I just want it quick. I just want your prediction quick. What's going on with this football season, bro?
I don't know, because I was delighted that I was so wrong last year. I was delighted that I was wrong, but I don't know. I mean, we got to look at it week to week. You know what I'm saying? I think we got a good chance to beat Dallas. You know what I'm saying? For two reasons. Number one, I know Dak Prescott, got just question marks around him, and Zach Martin playing. But number two, I don't think the Lord would give Dallas fans that much gas to beat Tom Brady and the defending Super Bowl champions the first week of the season. You wouldn't be able to do nothing with them for the rest of the year. God wouldn't allow that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think my God. Look, I'm serious. My God is a righteous God. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, He wouldn't. He only give us things that He only put us to the battles we can handle. And we wouldn't be able. You wouldn't be able to action. Am I lying? If they was to beat the defending Super Bowl champions on one name, you know how tough it be to talk to these. It's tough to talk to them now. When they
Bro, I wouldn't watch TV for the rest of the week.
Man, you wouldn't. I mean, think about it. It is not. I don't have a problem with Dallas Cowboys, the franchise. It's the fans that get you like that. You know what I'm saying? Because have you ever talk? You know, you could come into a building or something like, hey, how you doing? My name is Scott. My name is Myron. What thing you like? I like the Giants. Oh, okay. Yeah, they have such and such. And, you know, that's good. But if you talk to a Dallas fan, and if they ask you what team you like, and if you don't say any other team except Dallas, they got an attitude and they're going to try to clown you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they give that to you. It's like, I used to like Dallas, but then with the whole fourth grade shit, I was like, fuck this. You know what I'm saying? But no, the answer, I forgot you were doing this podcast.
No, bro. You can say whatever the hell you want, bro.
But as far as I'm just excited to see, because I was sitting there and maybe I was a little fucked up, but I was thinking in the AFC, it's only 3 teams that the projected starter is not a first round pick. Did you notice that?
No, 3 teams that's.
There's only 3 teams in the AFC that the projected starter is not a first round pick. Might be 4. Was Teddy Bridgewater a first round pick?
Yes, he was.
Okay, it's 3. It's the Raiders.
Right.
It's the AFC and the NFC. But almost everybody got a first round pick. The Raiders don't have it's like 5 teams in the whole NFL that don't have a first round pick. The Raiders, the Seahawks,
Dallas,
Tampa.
You really got me thinking. This is that. That's
Washington, because you got it. Because you drink like I drink, so I'm telling you, you got to go by division because we're not gonna be.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
So
yeah.
Let's start with the AFC. The AFC North.
Lamar's a first round pick. Baker's a first round pick. Burrow's a first round pick.
Yeah, all 4 of them are first round.
Yeah,
picks.
they all first. Yeah.
Okay, the AFC East. Was Tugalunga, whatever his name is?
Yeah, Tua was the 5th pick in the draft. So yeah,
okay,
Tua.
So that's the Dolphins. The Bills got one. The Bills got one. And all 4 of them were first round picks.
Yes, they were. Yeah.
In the AFC South, you got Carson Wentz is a first round pick. Like him or love him or hate him, he's first round pick.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson.
But hold on, because Houston just announced today that Tyrod Taylor is going to be their starter.
Okay. So that's so right now that's 1 for the AFC, and we start knowing that's 1 for the AFC. Tyrod Taylor. You know what I'm saying? I mean, with an asterisk because if Deshaun Watson.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, but you're right. Okay. Trevor Lawrence, first round pick. Was Ryan Tannehill a first round pick?
Ryan Tannehill was a first round pick for the Dolphins.
For the Dolphins, right? Absolutely.
Okay, so you go to the West.
Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, all of them first round picks except for their Carr.
Except for Carr, yeah. You're right.
Okay, so that's 2. That's 2 in the AFC. Now you go to the NFC. You start with the North. I don't care what you say. That boy in Chicago, he gonna start. He gonna start.
Well, Andy Dalton's a first round pick.
Dalton is a second round pick.
No, you're right. From Texas A&M. You're right.
So, but he's not gonna start. But so you got that black boy. You got Aaron Rodgers.
Kirk Cousins wasn't a first round pick.
Kirk Cousins, right? Because he came in RG3. So that's what.
3.
That's 3 altogether.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 3 altogether. You go to the East. Dak makes 4.
Fitzpatrick makes 5.
Makes 5.
Jalen Hurts wasn't a first round pick though.
Jalen Hurts was not, so that's 6.
That's 6.
Okay, you go to the South. Brady makes 7.
The rest of them are first round picks. Jameis, Sam Darnold, and Matt Ryan, they first round picks.
You go out west, you got what?
Russell was not. He was not.
8. So that's out of 8.
Jimmy Garoppolo wasn't either.
Man, that boy not gonna start over their phone. Well, I don't know. That's different. Jimmy Garoppolo and Andy Dalton are two different people.
Yeah.
And those rookies are two different. Yeah, okay, I give you that. But the Garoppolo, he's kind of saved their ass, and you know, I think they just, you know, they doing what they feel they need to do. You know what I'm saying? Because he stay injured or whatever. But yeah, I mean, it's good. It's so. I'm just excited to see it because the AFC is, because like, and what we say, 7 out of those 7 or 8 people, what? 5 of them in the 5 of them in the NFC.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the AFC is loaded. It's like the AFC was been loading. It's like, it's crazy, man. And you seen, and I'm not just, maybe I'm biased a little, but you seen Justice League.
Yeah.
When they said like I'm talking about the movie, they found those mother boxes were kind of scared of Kal-El.
Yeah.
Because they woke him up while he was alive and they didn't call to them people, but when he was gone, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they was, but like with Brady gone, Brady moving to that. Brady leaving the Patriots was like a power vacuum. And it's like everybody being able to eat a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You being able to see, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a grab for the top because everybody got to. Because you know, it's not like people didn't draft the way they was drafting. Come on, everybody get it right all of a sudden. You get what I'm saying?
But you know what's crazy about the AFC East? Ain't nothing but that now that New England cut Cam. All of their quarterbacks are young as shit.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like everybody, that's my biggest point is like 3/4 of the NFL, the quarterbacks are drafted in the first round. Now I'm saying like they didn't stop the way they were drafting, and did they really just get it right? You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, no, it's a power vacuum. Like Brady not being there and taking the top off. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm trying to say? Like,
absolutely, yeah. It opened up.
And they not knowing they have to draft to beat them. Because you don't draft a quarterback to beat Brady. You got to draft for defense. You got to make a defense.
Oh yeah, you got to draft the line. Yeah.
You got to put you know what I'm saying. So it's gonna be one of those. I'm almost excited about. I'm as excited about this football season as I was about last year's basketball season. Like when I told you, like Kevin, we was excited to see how Kevin Durant and all them came.
Oh yeah.
Klay Thompson, he threw a fucking damper in my fucking plans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was, because like to me, don't get me wrong. Like when I say this, I don't count Kevin Durant because Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and Shaquille O'Neal, I don't count them when you talk about basketball players. But they're unicorns. You know what I'm saying? But like Klay Thompson, to me he was like the most consistent clutch. He was just the most consistent.
Oh, yeah, he's a great two-way player because he's a hell of a defensive player too, and people tend to forget about that.
Right, because sometimes Steph Curry when he get hot now he's nuclear.
But so is Klay. So is
right,
Klay.
I'm just saying though, but sometimes Steph he don't always be nuclear. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Klay is always that same 700-800 degrees. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like like he gives us light skinned brother. Like he's the CEO of light skinned brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like. You can't talk about like him and Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Nick and what was the dude that drove 90 miles to go beat his baby mom boyfriend up? What was his name?
Wait a minute, hold on, what?
You don't remember that?
You said 90 miles to beat his baby mama up.
Beat his baby mama. It was a basketball player, and his baby mama started messing with Derek Fisher.
Matt Barnes? Oh, Becky with the good hair.
Them 3 dudes have changed the way you got to look at light-skinned niggas. For real. Like, that's the CEO, the president, and the chairman right there, dog. Like, don't. They is.
Oh, I can't.
But no, I'm excited. I don't want to make it because like last time I was, you know what I'm saying? And I said now because I said it last year. I don't think we're gonna make the Super Bowl because I didn't think we had a chance. I didn't think we had a chance till we saw that we played Washington, and that boy Heineke kind of, you know what I'm saying, he gave me a shot. You know what I'm saying? Every domino fell right for us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I thought that y'all would beat Washington. It's just when y'all beat New Orleans, I was like, wait a minute, they might do it.
I knew we was gonna beat New Orleans. We don't. One thing, Tom Brady. I don't know if it's. I think it's. I associate them together, but they don't lose 3 games in a row to the same person. There's no way. They don't. It's Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, they don't do that shit. They're apart now, but that's just what will happen. I wanted to see New Orleans and I wanted to see Green Bay, and I was hoping that Buffalo knocked off Kansas City. That didn't happen. But I thought who would give us problems would be the Rams or the Seahawks. They canceled each other out. Once we was able to get to Washington, I was like, we might got a shot. And then of course they you know what I'm saying, and the rest was history. Every domino fell. You know what I'm saying? And
yes, it did. Yes, it did.
Every domino, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is. You take what they give you. You know what I'm saying? But it was a hell of a run. You know what I'm saying? And it's still kind of falling that way. Cause like Matt Ryan, I don't think they're gonna be doing too much. Cause
I think they're gonna be scoring a lot of points, but I don't have them making but so much noise. I don't
I don't think they're gonna be scoring as much points. I think the defense may be a little better, but they're not gonna be that almost that whatever the fuck they was, that big man machine that they was.
Yeah.
You know, because Julio Jones, I mean, you got to respect that. You know, some people just don't. Some players, I mean, it's not like basketball. You can't get around a motherfucking basketball. You just can't. But like in football, you can football sometimes, especially like, you know what I'm saying, I think wide receiver corner, like the only position in sports that somebody they can avoid you and get, you know what I'm saying, or cancel you, or try, they can cancel you. They're more successful at cancel you out. Like, you know what I'm saying, a wide receiver, you can double team him. You know what I'm saying, that might slow him down, but that takes away from other shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Because a quarterback, I can just not throw over there. You know what I'm saying? I throw it to the coach all day long. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I say like, they not gonna be what they were. You know what I'm saying? You know
absolutely. Well, I had Atlanta last year as my dark horse team, and they made me look like a damn idiot. So you know, it is what it is.
My boy Drew Brees, he opted out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't miss that motherfucker at all. You know what I'm saying? I don't miss that nigga at all, man. Like I mean, so many nights I spent, I'm like, fuck you, Drew Brees. Like I never hated it. I never hated like Matt Ryan. I would run with them on the game. You know what I'm saying? So they had a roster that I agreed with. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I never was really mad at Matt Ryan, but Drew Brees used to make us look crazy. I mean, he used to do. I mean, the Falcons too, but Drew Brees did something more. It was something more. It was like fuck Drew Brees. I couldn't stand Drew Brees. But it is what it is. I'm excited to see. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited. I'm just happy football back. I don't know.
Hell yeah.
I'm excited. You should have asked me this like a couple of months ago. I'm excited. I don't care. I'm ready. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm very happy to be here. Like I'm excited. I don't give a fuck. I was watching every preseason game. Like I was, you know what I'm saying? I was Googling people. Yeah. I was Googling coach trees and you know what I'm saying? That's how I knew. Man,
I've been so excited. I had like about 6 FanDuel games set up like 3 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man, I'm with you.
Oh man, look, it's just, oh my god, it's this nigga on my timeline, man. He makes me so fucking mad. Every time I text you like at 3 o'clock in the morning or ask you this random ass question about sports, it's because this nigga, I know this nigga is wrong. I know he's wrong, but I just want to be right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cause he don't know shit, and he have like listen, and like, cause it's not like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I told you about LeBron James? I said everybody hate him. I got to love him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he has an unhealthy obsession with it. I asked him one time, I said, you know, it's a hotline you can call, you know what I'm saying, and talk to somebody, you know what I'm saying? Tell me where he touched you at. You know what I'm saying? Because he has an unhealthy, he a furnace thing. So, you know what I'm saying, he a little snooty, you know what I'm saying? Like Tim Duncan is the best power forward ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ray, what's his name? What's the nigga name? I see his face. What's the nigga name that hit the 3-pointer over there for the Miami?
Oh, Ray Allen. Ray Allen.
Ray Allen is saved them. If it wasn't for Ray Allen, like, nigga, shut the fuck up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you weren't saying that shit when the, you know what I'm saying, when the Lakers was sweeping your ass and all that shit. He's one of those people that he don't include it all, because he was trying to say Michael Jordan didn't play with one All-Star. And I was like, well, that's not true.
That's not
true.
true.
Know what I'm saying? That's not true. He played with a lot of fucking All-Stars.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even if he played with one or two, and I'm pretty sure he played with
Horace Grant was an All-Star. Rodman was an All-Star. B.J. Armstrong was an All-Star.
What's the center that? What was it? Bill Cartwright was an All-Star.
No, he wasn't an All-Star, but he was a good player.
He won?
No, he never make an All-Star. I'm positive. I'm positive.
You talking about the center for the Celtics?
No, I'm not talking about Robert Parrish. No, Bill Cartwright.
Robert Parrish. I mean, Robert Parrish was an All-Star. Right?
Well, he did play with the Bulls like when he was like 42.
It doesn't matter. He was an All-Star. That's what I'm trying to tell this cat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, I can go to the tape. I can inbox it to you or text it to you with this picture, and it had like which team would play would win, and like it had like it had Shaq. I gotta show you the picture. And I was telling him like, cause they had like I was telling him there's a lot of defense over there. He was like, well, these had so many all-pro defensive selections, so it's a lot of defense over here. I'm like, well, wait a minute, hold on, it's Kobe over here. Kobe had 9 by his fucking stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, get the fuck out of here. The only, you know what I'm saying? I gotta text you the picture. I gotta send you the picture.
Please do.
I gotta send you the picture, man. Well, I don't mean to be talking fast. There's so much I've been wanting to tell you. I ain't talking to you in a minute.
No, you good, but you need to, bro. You need to call me, bro. Hit my ass up.
Man, this nigga, man, I be waiting. I'm like, I wish there was some way that y'all could be friends. You know what I'm saying? But I can't be like, look, can you be my nigga friend so he can dog you on these motherfuckers? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you don't have a problem schooling somebody when it comes to this sports shit.
Hey, I'm gonna send you his fucking name, let you send him a friend request, and we gonna ambush this. I'm sick of this nigga, man. Cause he's so fucking wrong. And it's so blatant, and like you would have to either know exactly what to Google or what to search, or you'd have to be there. You would have to been there, and you be there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can recite. You and Skip can recite that shit off the top of your head, like yeah. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. This nigga irks the shit out of me. This fucking Spurs. he is so butthurt. LeBron. I think LeBron fucked somebody in his family. He's damn, man. This nigga, he makes me so fucking mad. You know what I'm saying? Because Brandon, you know me. I love an underdog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Like LeBron don't need my help. He's speaking for him, but the way these niggas carry is like, damn, man, what do we do to y'all? Yeah. You know, like super team. LeBron did super team. Like, well, hold on, wait a minute. He wasn't the first one to try that shit. He just perfected this shit. They're like, you ever see what's that show on FX? When he said, I didn't get this rock, but I'm gonna blow it up.
Oh, Snowfall, man. Snowfall.
Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got he's almost like, LeBron is super teams. And okay, wait a minute. He was in Cleveland, and the only nigga, he was the only nigga on his team. He could have got there. Basically, he was playing with the Juvenile varsity team out that bitch.
You know what? Stop.
And the Celtics, you know what I'm saying? And the Celtics, they put together some shit. You know what I'm saying? And so, shit, he probably like, shit. That's something to that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, even Kevin Garnett, he's one of those people too that's hurt by LeBron. Him and Paul Pierce are butt hurt by LeBron. Like, they, oh my God.
Yeah, they don't like him. They don't like him.
Because he was like, we crushed him. We broke him. Like, well, you beat him that one time for that one ring, and you never saw that. You never got close to another one again. And he went on, like, how many? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, call it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Call it for what it is.
Well, both years they went to the finals, Paul Pierce and KG. They got through LeBron to do it, but yeah, but I mean,
right.
But
my point is, after that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, LeBron went on to win 4 rings. Yeah.
Okay, great. How many did KG and them go on to beat?
They got that one ring.
Spanking it. You know what I'm saying? Game recognized game, and they looking real unfamiliar. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look, bro. Hey, look. When I load this up on YouTube, I'm gonna send it to you, man. You a trip.
All right. Okay, man.
Hey, man, look. Hey, man, you gotta holler at me, bro.
We can do it. You know, I've been taking care of my daddy, so it's like I feel like I'm in fucking work release. Like, as soon as I get off, I gotta go home and
No,
relieve the nurse and all that shit.
I understand, bro. Trust me, I understand. But yeah, we definitely gotta chop it up.
All right, okay, we can do that. Hey, damn, what question I was gonna ask you?
Okay.
I forgot. Damn, Brandon, I forgot. I told myself I'd be writing this shit down for you. I just be thinking you get tired of me texting you late at night when it comes to
I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. Text me. Look, text me anytime you want. You ain't a chick.
That's the fucking problem. Like, why am I texting this nigga now?
Well, I mean, if you want to look at it that way. No, if you want to look at it that way.
I'm just fucking with you, man. But nah, man. But it's all good. I can't remember what the fuck I was doing. Did that boy really throw that fight for Jake Paul?
Who? Tyron Woodley?
Yeah.
Nah, he ain't throw that. Look, man. Look. Jake Paul. My thing with Jake Paul is that if you want to box. But I mean, I'm not mad at him for getting his money, but his level of opposition is what I question. You 4-0. You 4-0. Your first fight was against another YouTuber. Your second fight was against a basketball player. Your third fight was against an out of shape, fat former UFC fighter. Now you get a dude who want to throw hands, and Tyron Woodley tagged his ass. He tagged his motherfucking ass, and now all of a sudden I'm gonna retire. Well, that let me know. Now that let me know. You get hit by a real bro, you can't take it.
Right.
Honestly, I believe Tyron Woodley hadn't ran out of gas, he would have knocked him out.
Yeah. But that ain't white privilege, I don't know what it is. This nigga really hit me. I'm done, goddamn.
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much what happened. He got hit, and he got hit hard.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden, well, you know what? I'm not gonna box anymore. But before this fight, you talk about you want to fight Canelo. Get the fuck out of here. Canelo would hurt you physically and permanently.
That boy hit him. He said, that's all I can do.
Yep. Made me some money. Back to YouTubing.
Back to YouTube. That's all I need.
Exactly. But anyway, I'm gonna get at you though, bro.
All right. Okay.
All right. Oh my goodness. Hey, Calvin hadn't been on the show in a minute. It's been a while since Calvin was on the show, but he is a trip. But anyway, oh my goodness. With that being said, folks, with a buzzer. Oh, I can safely say that this was the longest episode ever of Sports Plus Life, but definitely entertaining talking to my dogs. And honestly, I could talk to a couple more. Calling my brother Sean, but I know he's at work right now. But my cousin David, I could talk to them all day long, and we gonna keep it entertaining. But anyway. Oh my goodness, school is about to start, and again, like I said earlier, way back earlier in the show, I just want everybody to be safe. Let's try to keep these kids in school so we can get back to some sense of normality. Again, out to my Springer fam out there, I love you guys. I miss you guys. We are going to link up. It is going to be lit. It is going to be fun. Let's keep that positive energy rolling. Let's keep them positive vibes going. Again, I put my shout outs earlier to everybody, to Adrian, Crystal, Doug. I'm going to shout out my homeboy, my big homie, Broadway, Brian, my homeboy, my brother, Chris Pitt. All of my people, like I said, it's not enough. I don't have enough time to give shout outs to everybody who I want to give shout outs to, but just let everybody know I love everybody from the bottom of my heart. I mean, my boy BG, Chantel, Nikita, Carisha, Tay, everybody, man. Everybody. Every single body. I love you guys to the end of time. Okay, I really, really, really do. And again, thanks to my homeboy Tony, Big Calvin. It's your boy Brandon Brevon Towns. If you haven't hit that subscription button, please do so. I'll be having a good time on here. That's why I love doing this podcast, because I can vent, I can express myself, and I ain't got no sponsors, so I say what the hell I want. And even if I did have sponsors, if you like my show for what it is and you like it enough to sponsor me, don't mess up a good thing, baby. But anyway, it's Brandon Brevon Towns. This is Sports Plus Life. Everybody be cool. Everybody be safe. I'm out this beer. I love y'all, man. Peace.